What's going on, guys? A ban list has dropped. It seems like it's time to talk about it. So let's talk about it, shall we?
So with this new ban list, we definitely have a whole new way to look at the game. What's going on, guys? Pegasus and the Wise Guys. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Make sure you sub. Make sure you hit the bell. Fairy Tale Snow has been banned. Halq Fibrax has finally gotten banned. Ronin, Tonin, Chaos Ruler. Really obvious choices. I really felt like they would have gone another route with the frog stuff. But Ronin, Tonin definitely makes sense. And while it definitely hinders what you can do, you can still somewhat play that engine. You just can't keep extending for free endlessly, and it kind of kills off Paleo, to be honest. Red Reboot is probably the strange one of these, just simply because, well, now you don't have any answer to cards like Eradicator or Anti-Spell or other floodgates that are really bad for the game. So that's a miscite by Konami, but I guess they just want us to play something like Trap Eater, maybe? That's just my random guess. That's just me. Anyways, guys, and moving on, I definitely feel like all of these are really strong and really necessary hits that we definitely had to deal with to kind of move forwards with the game. Now, we're moving on to the limited list. Cyberjar, a very old card that people have forgotten all about, so I'll read it off really quick. It says, destroy all monsters on the field, then both players basically take the top 5 cards from their deck and then special summon level 4 monsters or lower from the top of their deck and then add the rest of those cards to their hand. Now, Princess Tarotre and other stuff like that, this may be something that you want to experiment with. Maybe there's some kind of way that we can try to bring Empty Jar all the way back. Shout out to Paul Cooper. But the rest of these cards, as well as Cyberjar, aren't going to be that impactful. However, Spellbook of Judgment most definitely will, in my opinion, because it simply just has an ability to just mix into these spell decks, whether you're playing like runic spellbooks or spellbook striker or spellbooks by itself. There's just going to be so many different options to try. And never forget, Blue Boy is a level 2. Very interesting. I also feel like a pointer was probably a good card to call, simply because being able to be a trap trick target, they can help you banish one to grab one. Basically limiting that takes that away. Not that was ever a thing. However, having triple a pointer of the Lotus, a very powerful card that I feel like is forgotten about, I definitely feel like it was a good thing. The rest of the cards that are tied to Halq Fibrax just won't matter because Halq Fibrax is dead, so those can come back. The unlimited list is probably the most interesting because Dynamite Knight, the true Draco fighter, the true Draco guy that you obviously know about, just got brought back to 3, which is really interesting. And Ben 10 being brought to 3 means that Drytron is pretty much back to full power, which is very bad for your opponent. Now, Fusion Destiny and the Deer Servant and Trickstar Light Stage help to bring up decks that aren't quite on the top tier of the game and help them compete. And cards like Wall of Revealing Light and Riser Dragon mixing inside of either a combo deck or a stall deck are just good cards that can kind of mix into the fray as well. Guys, let me know what you think about this down in the comments. Is this a good list? Is this a bad list? I think it's kind of mad just because they messed up on the Red Reboot thing, but that's just me. You just make sure you check out the clothing line. Make sure you keep rocking with us. We appreciate you guys for following us. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Pegasus out. Arrivederci.